Welcome, everybody, to the newest episode of the Amateur Theory podcast. We've been away from a little while, but we got Adam and Jael here, along with myself, Braden. And, I thought we'd start with Jael, just kind of talk about, what you've been up to, where you've been.
So I decided to take kind of a, for lack of a better phrase, a technology fast. Oops. Not completely. I just wanted to get off the internet for a little bit. Basically avoid just being stuck on a computer all day long or on my phone. So basically all I did for about, was it a month, 3 or 4 weeks, just tried to not use the phone or computer, which didn't always work, but for the most part I was kind of able to control myself. I just kind of wanted to, I guess, sort of refocus my brain in a sense, just because it was becoming impossible for me to concentrate on anything. So I basically needed to allow myself to get bored. So I just, for fun, I had books I could read. I had a small USB thumb drive, just 16 gigs. I allowed myself to have 16 gigs worth of film and music that I could listen to or watch. And then, just write the other time or just figure out or let myself be bored, because I don't know, sometimes you need to do that, I feel like. And it was actually an interesting experiment. I'm just naturally a very reserved, I guess, introverted type person, so I actually kind of liked the isolation. I started putting myself back out there again, and people were starting to message and call me, and I was actually getting kind of annoyed because I just wanted my peace and quiet back. But it's fine. Yeah, it's, I don't know. I guess I basically went Thoreau for a month. As Thoreau as you can get in a house.
Do you feel like it is the experience bettered you? Or do you think you're maybe better attention span, or was it just kind of, do you feel different?
Towards the end there, I actually kind of felt it, and then I started using the computer again, and I felt like it all went back to 2%. It did not take long to destroy it.
All right, well, here's 2 questions. Would you do it again, and do you suggest other people doing it?
Yeah, I'd actually do want to try it again. I absolutely would. And as for other people, if it's feasible, I mean, I'm assuming for most people, you can't just completely cut yourself off from the world, but just, I don't know, I think recently people have been trying to cut out social media, tech, that kind of thing, which I do think is sort of good for you, just to not get so wrapped up in all these different sundry things coming at you, creating all this anxiety. Just, yeah, allow yourself to kind of force yourself to just, I guess what I said before, be bored, or not go seeking for that next dopamine hit constantly every 10 minutes, which is why I felt like I'd got into. Some other people are better about this than I. I personally have very little self-discipline, so I kind of wanted to do this forced tech fast type thing. I mean, so yeah, I would recommend it. I don't think it's something people need to do. I'm not extolling its virtues and gonna say the entire world would be better if everyone did this. But if it sounds like the kind of thing that you think sounds interesting or would be good for you, yeah, it's absolutely worth a try.
Do you like the length that you did, or do you think that it would have been better to be shorter or maybe longer?
Personally, I would have I think I would like to go longer, like maybe like 2 or 3 months. But that takes a heavy amount of self-discipline and just you. I mean, you can't like unless you actually do like full Thoreau and like go out into the woods, like into the wild, and then like get yourself killed or whatever, like Chris McCandless. It's not really feasible, but
Okay.
I mean, if you're good at that sort of thing, like you can tell yourself, oh no, I'm not gonna like just go on Reddit because like I got bored for like 3 seconds. Then yeah.
No, I thought it was really interesting when you did this because I think I have the same issue in terms of that I don't let myself be bored. I remember that was definitely a thing when I was younger, right? Pre having, the internet in your pocket. There would just be moments where you would have nothing to do. And then you just had to just be with yourself. Or I mean, like
yeah, you had to like
times.
amuse yourself with your mind somehow.
Yeah, or like when you're waiting in line or something, right? But now it's just instinctual.
But now when you're waiting in line, you can watch Quibi.
Right. No, and it is interesting. And I don't want this to turn into like, phones are bad. Some boomer talk over here. I think that it's pretty amazing that you have the wealth of information and can be very, talk to lots of people on your phone. That's awesome. But I think maybe there is something that's lost a little bit when you just you're always distracted all the time. Because I think I am. I don't allow myself to be bored. I have to have something. And usually I'll have multiple things going on. I'll have the TV
Yeah, same
on,
with me.
and then I'll have the phone. And then maybe I'll even like, I don't know, put on like some music in the background. There's always like 3 or 4 things that's like seems to be happening. And that's my normal state of being.
Yeah, you're never engaging it like with any one thing like at full 100%. It's always like this and this. Everything's at like maybe like 40%. And I think for something like a film or an album or a book, like you definitely appreciate it more and get something out of it if you're like 100% on it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Just if you're watching this, we're okay. You can always do the podcast. That doesn't count towards your things you're paying attention to. But other things, you never know.
We're the equivalent of reading literature.
No, but very, very cool experience. That is, I thought that was awesome. And I hope I asked Jael to talk about it on the podcast. I thought, maybe other people would be interested in, what that was like.